term for the rest of the 2020 holiday season. I could already see the memes now popping up. The Holiday is a new romantic comedy that just released on Netflix starring Emma Roberts, Luke Bracey, and just the movie poster itself says it all. When I first seen the poster, I was like, okay, it's another Christmas romantic comedy. Christmas movie released in October? Yeah. Looks like your typical Hallmark movie. But then I started watching it, and then it's like Christmas for the first 5 minutes of the movie and the last 5 minutes of the movie. And in between, you're taken through 4th of July, you're taken through St. Patrick's Day, Valentine's Day, Easter, Thanksgiving, Halloween. So you're taken through a whole year of holidays because these two characters are only dates during the holidays. So that's where holiday comes from. I mean, it ain't rocket science, right? So we have the character of Sloane, played by Emma Roberts, and Jackson, played by Luke Bracey. Two strangers that meet after they have a crappy holiday season. They decide to hang out during New Year's, and then they make a pact to just hang out with each other, to go on dates with each other's families, only on holidays. No other day except major holidays. So the movie's just about a year of them just going on dates. I mean, being that it's a romantic comedy during the holiday season, you already know what you're getting yourself into. I mean, it's the typical romantic comedy that you would know. It's a guy and a girl meet, they're both strangers, they don't like each other at first, and then they decide to build some sort of relationships with no strings attached, but they end up liking each other, and then it's weird. And throughout the movie, they start finding out that they somehow start feeling for each other. They start having feelings. They start even getting jealous when they pretend not to be. I don't need to explain the ending. So definitely it's something that we've all seen before. It's the usual way that romantic comedies are done, except that it's not just only in Christmas or Thanksgiving, but you know, we have Halloween, we have 4th of July, we have St. Patrick's Day, so we have everything else. And in terms of the comedy, I mean, I feel like some of the jokes were somewhat funny. Some of them were just really not there. I think the only funny person in this movie was King Bach. I mean, the few scenes that he has throughout the movie, I feel like they were the funniest with him in there and just nobody else. I'm not saying that he carried the movie, but just saying that just a few scenes that he was in there, if they were funny, but the rest of the movie wasn't, then we have a problem. And at first I thought it was like, you know, your typical Hallmark type of movie, Christmas movie. But then like the first 30 seconds, Emma just, you know, drops an F-bomb, and then that's all you hear throughout the whole movie, is just the F words being constantly said. And then I thought about it, I was like, okay, you can make this like a movie night game in order to get money. Like, you could tell your friends, say, hey, let's watch Holiday. Hey, how about you put in the jar, you know, $1, $5, $10 for every time someone says a bad word. You are gonna end the night with guac. I don't know, like only very few of the jokes in this movie were funny, but for the most part, it's like they trying too hard. I don't know, like for example, there's this scene where Jackson and Sloane are in the car and it appears to be sexual. It even sounds like it was sexual, but then it's revealed that it's not sexual. It's just something else that just made it appear to be sexual so it could be funny. So you're just like, oh. A lot of the jokes, a lot of the humor in this movie remind me of like when you're at a party and you're with your friends and then somebody decides to bring in somebody that you guys don't really talk to because it's like socially awkward. And then they try to make a joke, you know, when they try to kind of fit in, but then it's not funny and it's like an awkward silence. So then you're just like, oh, yeah. Let me go check on that. Because you just feel bad for the person, and you kind of just feel bad for this movie when you're watching it, just like, oh, yeah, like, I see what they were trying to do there, but like, no. I guess to me it just works better when the theme of holidays, when the idea of just being the holiday season is not there, because one, we've seen it before, and then I feel like movie creators are just using that as an excuse to make a romantic comedy or any love story whatsoever, because if you have two single people and it happens to be the holidays, and they're just gonna feel crappy being alone, and that's just like the usual way to go about it. In my opinion, I think it works better if the story is not actually during a holiday season. That way there's no excuse for any two individuals to be like, I'm lonely, you're lonely too, let's get together. To me, honestly, I think it just compromises any creativity that could be done in a romantic comedy. And especially right now, we're about to go into November, if you start watching the Hallmark Channel, or if you go on Netflix or anywhere, you just on TV, on regular TV, they're just gonna start pulling out all these romantic comedies that are either set in Thanksgiving or Christmas or during these last 2 months of the year. You're gonna see the same thing. There is a whole bunch of movies that have the same story, the same plot. The only thing different is, of course, the name and the actors, but it's all the same thing. So in the end, I would say Holiday is partially garbage. So Holiday, what'd you think about it? Have you seen it? Go ahead and comment below and let me know. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see y'all next time.